Today, I'm going to tell you the true and terrifying story of a man whose cruelty and brutality will send chills down your spine. The story of a clown who single-handedly murdered 33 people. Hello friends, welcome to Behind the Murder YouTube channel. Let's begin the video. A quiet American suburb. Children are playing, parents are heading to work, and no one has the faintest idea that right next door sleeps death itself. A man with a smile, balloons in his hand, and a clown costume wrapped around his body. The children adore him, but behind that painted grin hides a monster. His name was John Wayne Gacy, the killer clown. John Wayne Gacy was born in 1942 in a middle-class family in Chicago. His childhood was filled with fear and humiliation. His father, a strict ex-soldier, was often drunk and abusive. Gacy loved his mother dearly, but his father's cruelty left deep scars on his mind. From an early age, he felt small, weak, and worthless feelings that would one day awaken something dark within him. As a teenager, Gacy wasn't popular, but he had a charm, a gift of persuasion. He knew how to make people like him. Maybe that was his first mask, the mask that let him hide his insecurities, and later, his crimes. He often suffered from blackouts and fainting spells, but doctors couldn't find a cause. Mentally, he was crumbling, yet, on the surface, he appeared ambitious, polite, and hardworking. He got involved in local politics and became known as a kind, community-minded man. People trusted him. They respected him. No one suspected the truth. In the 1970 seconds, Gacy started a construction business called PDM Contractors. He hired young men, mostly between 15 and 21 years old runaways, or kids in need of money. He gave them work, food, and sometimes even shelter. But behind that generosity hid his darkest secret. At the same time, he started performing at charity events and children's parties dressed as a clown. His character was called Pogo the Clown. He would dance, joke, and paint smiles on children's faces while his own smile masked unspeakable evil. In 1972, the first young man went missing. No one connected it to Gacy. His business thrived. His reputation grew, but under his house, the smell of death began to rise. Gacy's home had a crawl space beneath it, a dark, narrow pit where he buried the bodies. He covered the odor with lime and fresh soil. It was his private graveyard. More and more young men began to disappear. The police dismissed it, assuming they had run away. But everything changed. In December 1978, on December 15th, one 5-year-old Robert Piest vanished after finishing work at a local pharmacy. He was last seen getting into John Gacy's car. Police searched Gacy's house at first. They found nothing. But the officers noticed something odd. A foul smell, like rotting flesh. When they returned with a warrant and began digging, they found bones. Human bones, one after another. They uncovered bodies buried under the house, in the crawl space in the backyard, 29 in total. Others had been thrown into the nearby river. Even the most hardened detectives wept. They couldn't believe that the smiling clown, the man who entertained children, was a serial killer. The headlines screamed across America. The killer clown arrested in Chicago. When they showed his photo, people couldn't believe their eyes. On one side, the painted face of Pogo the Clown. On the other, the cold, emotionless eyes of a murderer. Gacy was arrested, and soon he confessed to killing 33 young men. He said he wasn't responsible, that another personality, Jack, had done it. "I didn't kill anyone," he claimed. Jack did, but no one believed him. The trial began in 1980. The courtroom was packed every day. People came to see the monster behind the makeup. Gacy sat there calmly, sometimes smiling, sometimes silent. His lawyers pleaded insanity, but the jury wasn't convinced. They decided he knew exactly what he was doing. On the 13th of March 1980, John Wayne Gacy was found guilty of 33 counts of murder. He was sentenced to death, Even on death row, Gacy remained eerily calm. He began painting, and his paintings often featured clowns. Pogo the Clown returned again and again, this time on canvas. Some people bought the paintings, others burned them in disgust. On the 10th of May 1994, John Wayne Gacy was executed by lethal injection. His last words were, "Kiss my ass." After his death, people still couldn't stop asking why. Why did a man who seemed kind, helpful, and popular turn into a monster? Some said his abusive childhood twisted his mind. Others believed his growing power made him feel like a god, deciding who lived and who died. John Wayne Gacy's story reminds us that evil often hides in plain sight. He wasn't a shadow in a dark alley. He was a smiling face in the crowd, handing out balloons, making jokes, earning trust. And when his victims least expected it, he became the nightmare behind the smile. Today, his house no longer exists. It was demolished long ago, but people who visit that spot say they still feel something, a chill in the air, a faint smell of decay, as if the earth remembers what happened there. John Wayne Gacy wasn't just a serial killer. He was a symbol of what happens when the darkness inside a man takes control. He showed us that the devil doesn't always wear horns sometimes. He wears a clown's face. The killer clown will forever haunt America's memory. The man who made children laugh and buried their innocence beneath his home. Because sometimes, the scariest monsters are the ones that make you smile. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and comment. And if you love terrifying serial killer stories, murder mysteries, and crime cases like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because every like from you inspires me to create more new and thrilling videos like this one.